Hello and welcome to Bricks and Bits episode 87. Not to be confused with Rob Gronkowski. Our guest this week is Dan, aka Between the Bricks, straight out of New Zealand.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Of course. And we also have Just Too Good.
Yo, 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 yo.
The emails, Justin. What do the emails mean? And
Display the
Brickatect.
emails.
Short life?
Sort life. Oh my god, you've been going at that for like 4 days now, but you don't actually work on it. You just chat the whole time.
That's why podcasts are perfect. I'm going to work on it right now,
Oh
multitasking.
man, that's true. That will work a little bit better in your favor because you don't have to actually read a chat to conversate. So
I feel
that
free
works.
right
I feel free of the chain that is the chat begging you to talk to them. Oh man. So yeah, our guest this week is Dan from Between the Bricks. Dan is kind of new online. As you mentioned just before we started the show, you've been doing stuff like physically, like in the Lego space for about 7 years. Um, but like as far as an online presence, just kind of starting, just getting like integrated. But you've been in the LAN like for a while, like as a RLFM, recognized Lego fan media for the uninitiated.
I have. So I started, I guess if we go back to the beginning real quick, I started a Facebook group in New Zealand about 7 years or 7.5 years ago. That led to just some more integration into the Lego community. And we were watching an article on TV about a brick show in Christchurch, which is a city in the South Island. And my son, then probably 8 years old, said to me, I want to go to the Wellington Brick Show. Did some quick research. There was no group in Wellington. There was no Wellington Brick Show.
Ooh,
So, using the power of Facebook, jumped on, asked if there was any other Lego fans in Wellington. Did anyone want to meet up? So we did that, and we met up a few times. The group got bigger, and Wellington Lego User Group was formed out of that. So I was the president of that group for 5 years, and at the beginning of last year, uh, had a little bit of some mental health issues with post-traumatic stress,
right.
my career in emergency services, and decided to sort of just go down the digital track because I had time. I was at home. I was comfortable. I started with Between the Bricks, and I started streaming because that was a way for me to connect with people, and it just grew from there. I got RLFM status in March last year, so probably yeah, coming up a year now, and I think that was simply because of the I guess the influence that I've had over the community around New Zealand. I've helped several Lego user groups start, created several groups online, and now I'm doing my own thing.
Yeah.
So it's
So
been interesting, been
so
really interesting.
I wanted to mention that the fact that you are in the Lego Ambassador Network with what I would say, and I don't think it's unfair to say this, a uncommonly small following online for like
Yes,
for being like
yes,
a media RLFM, because usually like I don't know, the number I look at like for a YouTube channel, and I guess Twitch is very different, although you do have the other social media as well. But like if you're a YouTube channel, like if you have like anything under 50,000 subscribers, you're probably wasting your time applying unless you're doing something really unique that maybe Lego would see and still let you in. Um,
yes.
but when I'll be honest, we talked about this in the podcast. Maybe what do you guys think? 6 months ago, we when before I was in LAN, like when we were applying, maybe Greg had got denied too. Do you remember this, Greg? We
Yeah.
talked about Dan. We talked about um your Twitch, and I was like, how does this guy with like I don't know how many follow like 500 followers or whatever. I'm just making up a number, but like relatively small number. I'm like, how is this guy in LAN? But I've been denied, at that point I thought I felt like I might get denied again, and I'm like, if this happens, I'm gonna be losing my mind. But obviously,
Mm.
having met you now and talked to you, like you have a very different story than what is the face of what you have, if that makes sense. There's more
Yeah,
than meets the eye.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And this is a hard thing for me to try and get across to people sometimes as well, because I do get measured on the metrics. I guess people look at me and think, okay, so when I got given RLFM status, I had maybe a couple of hundred people on my Facebook page.
Yeah,
Had probably, and this is no joke, and I'm not trying to devalue this at all, but I had maybe 100 followers on Instagram. I had about 60 followers on Twitch at that point in
That's
time.
insane. Like,
And
you have to.
I know it is insane. And I got called out on the LAN for it because I had switched from being an ambassador from my Lego user group for the
Right.
previous 5 years to an RLFM with numbers in the hundreds.
Hey,
Which
triple
is
digits,
unheard of.
baby.
Well, exactly right. It's just unheard of. And
Yeah.
even now, okay, I'm going to be honest. Go and have a look at my YouTube channel. I only have a couple of hundred subscribers.
Right.
I have 700 followers on Twitch. So I've grown okay on Twitch.
Sure.
And I've got a few hundred followers on Instagram. But what I do is I tend to do, I'm not, I've been thinking about this actually. I'm not an advertising media per se. So you guys are excellent at what you do. You engage with your
Thank you.
topics, and with you and Star Wars, for example, I wouldn't even bother trying to do what you do because you do it so well. And it's the same with Justin. Justin's really good at reviewing sets. He's got that captive
Aw.
audience.
Thank
Why
you.
would you compete with that? Greg, on the other hand, Greg is the sort of person that I'd like to emulate because Greg is more about his passion for Lego and what he likes to do. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing what I like to do. And what I like to do is do stuff in communities. So I consider myself to be more of a community builder
Yeah.
as far as not just building Lego, but as far as building the community around me, building the community in New Zealand, supporting that community in this country,
Right.
and
Because
providing opportunities. So with my support, for example, I give away half of it at least. And I give it away for engagement. People don't just get given stuff, they have to engage. So at the
Sure.
moment, I'm running that 16 by 16 build challenge.
Yeah.
And I've got, half of a support up for grabs for that. At Christmas, I gave away some stuff to support the community. I support brick shows. I go to 10 brick shows a year when
That
we
is
have them. I went to
insane.
10 last year. I stream from those brick shows as much as possible.
Right.
So this year, I invested $4,000 in a new camera that can stream directly from the camera. I can capture 4K. So I'm more about that whole get out into the community, support the lugs, support the spark groups that are growing, and in a sense, that's how I'm using the land to my advantage, and that's
Yeah.
essentially what the land gave me RLFM status for, is because they saw the value in what I do out in the community rather than what I have online. If that
Yeah,
makes any sense.
that's a really cool aspect of it that again I didn't know beforehand, and I don't think it's unfair to expect, or I wouldn't hold it against anybody that judges you and goes, "This how does this guy have
Absolutely not.
200 YouTube subscribers and is in LAN?" Like I
Yep.
think that's a very obvious thing to conclude from looking at your things, and then it's like, oh, but he also does all this other stuff, especially for
Yeah.
the country you live in and all the brick
Yeah,
shows that you help
absolutely.
run, and created the Facebook and whatever, and went from there and
Absolutely.
grew something that wasn't existing prior.
Yeah, well, when I started, there was two Lego user groups in New Zealand, and they were both very separate, and they were both very insular. When I started Wellington, we decided that we would be very transparent, very open, and we would share everything.
Hmm.
And that's what we did. And because of that, we had a lot of other groups around the country that were like, well, hey, we've got a group. How do we do this? We'd share that information. We would give people our constitution. We would encourage lugs to, develop their own processes for how things would work for them, but we would also provide them our information to build on. And in return, we would get a lot of feedback back about things that would be like, well, hang on, we're going to adapt this for our group. And then we'd look at it and go, actually, that's a really smart idea. So there was always a lot of collaborative thinking. And that's kind of how I've taken on the RLFM role as well, as I like to work collaboratively. So I jump at the opportunity to come and have a chat with you
Yeah.
guys. On my streams, I love to invite people onto my streams. I have more fun. It's so much more enjoyable where I get to talk to other people. I like streaming, and I enjoy the time that I get with the people that are watching, but I far more enjoy the time that I have when I have somebody else to bounce conversation off and stuff. So slightly different avenue, I guess, for a recognized Lego fan media, but
Yeah, so
it's
here's
working.
here's the
Slow,
Greg, if you
working.
don't get in this time, here's what you do. You move to a country that doesn't have any Lego user groups. Pick a country, any country. I'm sure there's plenty. You go out to Europe or I don't know, maybe Europe, maybe the Middle East, and you just start from scratch and you build it. And then you can become a land member. You can complete your ultimate life goal.
Yep.
It's very
Absolutely.
simple.
Look, when you're doing your
Greg.
application, I'll give you this bit of advice for when you do your application.
Well, he's already done it.
I
But
did my application
yeah.
back in like September, October, and who was telling? Was it Ash who was telling us that they're maybe reviewing them next month? So we'll see. It's been a
Okay.
while.
If you don't make it this time, next time, because don't give up. Next time, don't sell yourself as an individual and about what you do. Sell yourself as a community and how you integrate into that community, how your influence has positive impacts on the community around you.
You know
You
what?
know, do you,
I
you
did some
'cause
of
you go
that,
to
but
brick
I
shows and
also
stuff, right?
I kind of pitched it a little bit towards I'm doing something that's very different than what I see a lot of people doing, and that's sharing this with my son,
Yeah.
who's
Yeah.
who's pretty much in the age range of who Lego's actually trying to sell to. And
Sure.
I doubt there's many people that are in there that have that same experience. Oh, I mean, they probably do, but off camera, I suppose.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. I was gonna make. I came back because of Kim. Kim told me to reapply. Kim isn't there anymore. But
Mm.
if this doesn't go, I probably am just gonna say I'm done. But we'll see.
You know what? I wouldn't give up on it. I really wouldn't, because Lego are looking to engage people that engage in their communities, and this is nothing against the big guys that are like, you know, thousands and thousands of subscribers on YouTube. Lego know they can drop sets on those guys and get advertising for nothing. That's cool. But what they're after now, or what I think they're trying to bolster, is people that are getting out there and doing more engagement one-on-one style. And streaming is kind of
What do you mean one-on-one
uh,
style?
so, for example, when I stream, I can engage with, I don't get huge numbers, maybe 20 people in a stream at a time, maybe
Sure.
30. Each and every person that comes in, I will engage with. So when I'm sitting building a ship, like the pirate ship, for example, I had 700 or 800 people visit over the course of that stream.
Yeah.
They all ask the questions they want to ask. I answer all of those questions. I can show them what they want to see. And then from that, people make up their mind almost instantly whether they're going to go and buy it or not. So it's on a much smaller scale than, like Justin would have got, I don't know, what, a couple of 100,000 views on that video. I'm picking Justin got more likes on his video than I got views on mine.
Right.
But and then I'll take that model, or I'll go out and I'll go to a Lego show. Okay, New Zealand's been locked down. We don't have any Lego shows for the next 6 months probably. But generally speaking, I'd go to 2 a month, and people will talk to me about it there, and we'll talk about it. I've taken pre-release sets to Lego shows that have happened on embargo day, and yeah, I just get out. I just get amongst it. And
yeah, that's really cool.
It's interesting. It's interesting.
I like
I'll
that
say
aspect of looking at it. Like the they're not particularly looking for like the biggest people anymore. Now they're looking for like the people that are engaging on some level with their audience in a unique way.
You
Which
guys
can have
have
more
got
of an
those
impact,
bases
it seems.
covered. You know, you guys have got those bases covered, and then you look at some of the other larger broadcasters.
Yeah.
There's no way I can't compete with any one of you, and I'm not trying to. That's why
You better not.
I'm sorry, with my 260 something subscribers.
I'll copyright strike you. Whether I have the right to or not, that system is easily abusable, and I will. Don't you dare.
Look, if I'm being honest, I don't particularly like making review videos. I
Sure.
make them because I have to, out of duty for being given those sets. But the pirate ship was a perfect example. It was a quick speed build, quick
Right.
talk, but then I built it on stream as early as I possibly could. So, I built it up for the video, and then I tore it all back down and put it back into bags and rebuilt it on stream. And
Oh
that was
my
with it.
god. I didn't know you did that. I thought you waited until the day it came out to build it.
No, no, I did it on the 4 hours after the embargo lifted because
You
that
built
was
it twice. You
yes,
madman.
Well,
God.
you
know.
actually put it back into the numbered bags, or what?
Yes, yeah.
How do you put the pieces back into the specific numbered
Actually, out
bags?
of all the sets, that's one I could see being somewhat easy to do that with.
It actually was, yeah, because it was reasonably sectionalized, so it was actually not too bad. But that's what I would rather do, and it was a really difficult thing for me because I was trying to advertise that I was going to do the stream of this yet to be announced set without giving it away because
Right.
that would end badly.
Yeah, so actually
But
that's a question I have for you, or maybe a conversation point for everybody, is that, so that's something that I find interesting. So you were teasing that you were going to be doing a live stream on a certain day of an unreleased Lego set. The
mm,
question is, are you allowed to say that, right? So let's say I have an offer a year from now to review a Lego Star Wars set that's not being released, or that gets released on January 1st that you can't talk about till January 1st. But on December 25th, I'm like, hey guys, on January 1st, I'm going to be doing a special stream with an unreleased set. Is that saying too much? Like, I don't think the LAN has really addressed that, as far as I'm aware.
I yeah, I don't think they have either. It's probably a bit of a gray area, and it's one that I'm okay to kind of push until told otherwise.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough.
Um, because
Yeah,
I'm not giving away a set. I'm not saying what range it is. I'm
Uh-huh.
not any of that offer information that you get when you get to review, and you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't mention any of it. It's just simply on this day, I'm going to have something that is going to get announced.
Yeah.
People know that there's announcements coming all of the time. People know that as an RLFM, I get access to early copy stuff on occasion. And it is very occasional for me. I've only had three, or actually, sorry, two so far.
Right.
So, I don't get a lot of early access stuff because I probably don't have, the market to show it to. So, but I'm very grateful when I do get them. And I do try to do my best to get the information out in a way that is consumable to my audience.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
are mostly older people. I'm not going to lie. I'm a bit older than you, so my audience is generally a similar age bracket to mine.
I was going to say, Ryan, with that whole thing, my understanding is that you could, as long as you don't give the info and everything, like Dan
Okay.
said, you're fine. Yeah, because I've done that before. But yeah.
All right. With that being said, this Saturday. No, I'm kidding.
Like, you get an offer. I did not. Like, what is this?
Maybe
Oh,
I don't know.
Okay, now I could assume some things, but we will not. I will. Okay, whatever. Okay, nothing.
I think there's some obvious calendar dates
I know. We all think
that
of okay,
anybody
no,
can.
I don't want to
see.
get you in trouble, so
I'm gonna get myself in trouble. Don't you worry.
Okay, yeah. Can I
Hello,
say what I
Lego
guess it is?
reps.
Can I say what I guess it is?
No, because I can't say yes or no.
Okay, fair. Okay.
So,
Obviously, it's Lego Mario because Ryan loves Lego Mario.
they're sending it to me 3 months early. Can you believe it?
It's like, what?
Yeah.
No way.
I paid him well. All right. Speaking of 3 months, that works out well. Can we talk about Wonder Woman 1984 or 84? I don't know if it is actually 1984. I assume it is.
Yeah,
Just
it's
don't
the
show.
name stylized as Wonder Woman 84, but
Yeah.
it's Wonder Woman 1984. Here's the thing: my review goes public in 2 minutes, so yeah,
You got it at your Target?
I got it at my Target legally, which, from my understanding with U.S. law, because I was in this situation many years ago,
Hey, I was
you could
there
legally
too.
review. Yeah, well, you could legally review a product as long as you bought it on shelves. There was no restrictions, no street dates. I got that, and I got 2 Minion sets. So
The only 2 Minion sets.
yeah, for now.
No Dio, no Star Wars yet. I
No,
heard
why-
the helmets are street dated.
Ooh, well, I didn't check. I should have checked those. I didn't think about those. But
Can you
Lego
send me?
Minion set.
I'll look. Oh,
what?
never. Let me just send me the GCPI of one of those sets you got, and I'm gonna see
I
if
got
there's
you.
any in my area, and because
Yeah,
if
I
they
got
have
you.
them, they might have Star Wars, and I'll go look for Star
Okay.
Wars.
Okay.
Anyway,
Going to take my
so-
Minions views.
no, I'm not getting
So,
Minions.
Justin,
You're
are you
not?
still
Dang
going to
it.
go ahead with your review?
What was that?
Are you still going to go ahead with your review?
I
Yeah, I will. Yeah, because it's like it's something I could legally do. I understand the request to remove the pictures, but this was on shelves. I got it. and
Yeah,
that's the
no.
end of it.
Okay, so can you give a quick backstory as to like the development of this whole thing, Justin?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, for those who are watching, they might not know. So basically today, Lego sent out a request to all RLFM and land people or whatever that the Wonder Woman 1984 pictures should be removed, and because they'll start sending their legal team if we don't remove it. Basically, that's what they said.
Yeah.
Because I guess this was. I feel like the cheetah suit that's in this set that hasn't been revealed by DC or Warner Bros. Yet.
Right.
So I think that's the reason why. But
so why?
Yeah.
But in the Lego world, why is this a problem?
Because that means I think Lego sent out the pictures early, which means Lego is going to be fined by Warner Bros. And it could ruin partnerships in the future or whatever.
Right. So I've heard a few things actually. You didn't quite get what I thought you would get to.
I know. I was like, "What? Where you?"
So
want me to go?
basically, this set pictures got leaked about a week ago from somewhere, and then maybe a couple days ago, the set pictures were officially leaked from like Amazon Spain.
Amazon. Yep.
So at that point, it's fair game to post. A retailer has leaked the images. Lego has said in the past that if a retailer leaks it, there's nothing they're gonna do about it. It's fair game.
Here's the thing with those. That's sort of true. They say it's fair game unless we say otherwise.
Right.
And that's with pictures, which I understand because those are like it's not something I'm buying, and those are like I think legally that's in their right to do. If they haven't officially revealed something, they could legally take down videos that have that thing they haven't officially revealed. It's like a leak policy or something like that. And that was a problem I had back in 2014 with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie sets. I got like a copyright strike, and that's how I learned about all this stuff. So if it's a product I could buy on shelves, then I'm legally able to review it. And that's what happened here.
Yes.
Interesting.
I agree. So but what I've also heard is that one of the reasons that they're doing this is because they're going to pull this from shelves and not release it right now.
I don't think that's true.
Who told me that? I think Ash might have mentioned that to me. So ask him. I think he mentioned it to me that this set might not get released right now. That they might that because the movie's going to get pushed back 3 months, they might cancel the release of this for now and push it back.
I don't think that's gonna. No, I don't think that's the case.
I mean, I think it's too late already if it's in stores.
Exactly.
But,
exactly. That's why they wouldn't pull it.
So JB Brick Fanatic got it the other day, and I was gonna say to you, Dan, because we were talking about this before the show, because JB works for Target, right? And obviously, if you work for Target, there could definitely be some. I think foul play is a very strong way to word it, but foul play
I did not
is.
know he worked for Target.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, okay. Well, now you know. Why?
Because I feel now they might come after him.
Anyway, he's very public about it anyway, so I'm not saying anything that you couldn't pick up on yourself.
Yeah. I know.
And so if he had taken this out of the back, and there is no street date on it in the system, so like. Lego, if you really want to keep this one under wraps, you're doing a terrible job of it. You and your retail partners.
Same with the Minions, no street date.
I asked him.
Usually we do get street dates, but not for these.
So Dan said that would not be fair game, even if there is no street date. If he just pulled it out of the back and it was on the shelf, then it's not fair game. Apparently, he found it on his store shelf, and his manager likes to put Lego stuff on shelf as soon as possible if it's not street dated. So I guess they just check them as they come in, and they go right to the storefront or whatever, the floor. So that's what I know.
Yeah. Well, if Justin managed to get one off the shelf, then essentially that anybody could have got one off the shelf anywhere. So that is fair game, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, Justin, you probably got it from the back or had an employee pull it, right?
3 to 2 Minions, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Greg, can you tell us how to avoid this situation entirely?
Oh, very easily. You do what I do, which is always wait for the great deals way later. And, 6, 12 months from now, that'll be 20, 30, 50% off. You walk in, no problems, and you buy it. And you got a great deal, which is the best part of the film.
I was waiting like 5 minutes to ask that.
I have a question for Justin, though. Is Lego going to have an issue with you doing this? Obviously, you said it's all fair game. It's legal.
Yeah, well, what I did was, and I've done this before, I messaged Sarah, and who's like one of the top, land people for RLFLM, I feel like. And I told her everything. I was like, here's the situation. I found these. I sent her pictures, and I was like, I told her even the store, and I was like, there you go. And she was like, thank you very much. We'll look into it. So there you go. I feel like as long as I'm transparent about it and helping them
Like
out.
you announced that you found it or whatever, but are they going to have an issue with you making this video in particular?
I mean, I hope not. It seemed like they didn't have an issue with it because again, it's at that point it's them.
No, they can't do anything legally against him, but they could be like, that just too good guy. I don't know.
What if
Yeah.
maybe he gets kicked
That's
out
true,
of
though.
LAN on accident and can't get back in?
No, but that's true. They could. I don't think they will have a problem with it because, like I said,
I think that would be
messaged
ludicrous.
her,
Yeah.
and I showed her everything. And I told her this is what happened, and here's the heads up. And she was like, "Thank you." You know, like I appreciate it. And I used to do that with Kim actually back in the day when I would find a set early or whatever. I would say, "Here's where I got it." You know, if they had a request before to remove it, like I think I did it with Incredibles or something like that. So. Yeah.
Nice guy.
I guess there's a risk you're going to take there. I know there was a very well-known YouTuber, Lego reviewer, whose channel got striked, didn't it, or even shut for a short
Are we
period
gonna
of
name
time?
names?
I don't know if we name names on this channel or not.
Yes.
But,
I want to know who
so
it is.
Jane
Oh yeah.
get shut down a few years ago for having early release.
So that
content.
was me and Justin and Jang all got. Okay, this is the 2017 Episode 8 Star Wars sets, and Toys R Us put them on eBay probably 3 weeks, fair to say, Justin? 3 weeks early?
Yeah.
A considerable amount of time early on eBay.
Mhm.
Shockingly, they shipped them. I was so hyped.
It was Toys R Us themselves.
Yeah, it was Toys R Us
themselves.
on eBay, so they were
It
like
wasn't even like a third party. Yeah.
And so me and Justin and Jang, I guess, all got these sets, and then once we actually uploaded videos with them, Lego started copyrighting them, and they sent like takedown notices and a letter, and like I never said anything. Like I feel like current day me would have made a video about it. Me back in the day did not make a video about it, but like mentally I'm just like, screw them, I'm not taking my videos down. But I think Jang and Justin made videos about it, and Lego eventually apologized for it because it was baloney. But I think you'll see something similar happen here, or maybe they learned their lesson and it won't be a repeat, and everyone will be fine because they bought them from a store that was selling them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And this is where I think Lego have to stand up to their retail partners and say, look, if we're going to continually have these breaches, you guys need to sort your lives out.
Well,
yeah, it was. I'm amazed it wasn't.
Content creators get get hauled over the coals for it.
I'm amazed it wasn't street dated again in the system, because that happens all the time with sets nowadays at Target. Like usually Walmart's the one that doesn't have the street dates in the system.
Yeah. But
yeah, this one wasn't. So like if it was street dated and I got them to override it, then I would feel guilty and I probably want to go through it with it. But like no problems.
Last year, me, you, and Derek were gonna get that Spider-Man Venice set street dated.
Wait,
Remember?
That was a year ago at this point. That's crazy. Oh my gosh, that felt like yesterday. But yeah, exactly. That was a perfect example. Same price too, $40.
I don't think I've ever convinced an employee to override a street date. If it's street dated, I that's the wall. Like there's nothing you can do at that point.
It's possible. I don't know if I have ever either. I'm trying to think. I don't think so.
Yeah,
because it's like I'm not going to push for that. Because,
I do know that set
I would feel guilty at that point.
I do know that set dates are baloney.
Are we going there?
No, but I'm gonna do a video about that video. I don't know if I told you, but yeah, I want to revisit that because I still feel bad about it, or I do feel bad about it now. I don't know. I don't know. I'm making a video on it here soon. So, but set dates are still dumb, and I don't think. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Lego Mario. Mario. All right, yes. We got some box art actually, which I think is interesting because it's not like a square or a rectangle.
Okay, yeah.
They have some...
Well, there is. That's for the starter set, but did you see the second box? It is.
Oh yeah, fair enough. The promo, but they don't. The promo, you gotta cut corners, right? So.
Well, I'll let you guys go first because I have so much to say. So.
$60, I think, on the face for a lot of people. Price per piece doesn't matter. Is gonna be a lot because you're gonna look at that 200 pieces and you're gonna be like, "What the hell? This is a ripoff." But you have to acknowledge that there's a lot of technology and printing and large plates, new pieces, new molds. Of course, the Nintendo licensing. Like, there's a lot here for that I think ultimately, though, I think what Greg said the other day on stream is that if you look at this that costs $60 and it's just the starter set versus the actual video game for your Nintendo Switch that costs $60, you're going to get a lot more replayability out of that Nintendo Switch game. And that's...
You could do that with. I said that like in perspective of you could say about almost any Lego versus video game.
Yeah,
especially with free to play games. But it is a good point here. Like if you're doing 60 on that or 60 on this.
Well, I was sorry to interrupt you guys, but like I was gonna say like I actually don't because Lego I think has a lot more replay than most games because Lego is a system that works with all Lego.
Sure.
Lego is something I'll go back to years down the line, and there's been very few games in recent years that I really enjoyed. So I think that
but there's also the perspective of you build this up and it's built, and maybe you play with it a little bit, but that game you might have 20 hours into it, 40 hours, whatever it could be.
I get fair enough, but I like what I like about this system too is that it's very modular and it's meant to be expanded, and you can integrate existing pieces and everything like that. So I think it's not just you build it and you're done.
Lego has found a way to have DLC.
And I mean, basically, it's like Lego mentioned.
Yeah. No, I like that aspect of it. I like that it can be built onto. It just for people that actually really enjoy it will get rather expensive rather quickly. That's the way I look at it.
I think the Nintendo people are okay with that.
No, I'm sure. Yeah,
like we're good. We'll take it.
Yeah,
I will say.
And apparently, they have taken it.
The main problem is no minifigures that I'm seeing. Everybody's talking about where's the minifigures? Where's the minifigures? If I was Lego, if there is a minifigure set this year, they should have revealed that first and then revealed this system, because this system is getting a lot of bad press because people want minifigures.
Right.
A lot of the older fans want minifigures, it seems like. So
yeah.
So but I did an interview with the designer, which should be up before this podcast goes up. So like, I have some more info on it. If you guys want some more info?
Yes, I do want that.
So basically, what's interesting is that those tags on there are stickers, but they're pre-applied stickers. The
pre-applied stickers? Lego.
Yeah.
Lego.
They have a new machine. They have a new machine.
Lego. Pre-apply my stickers, and I will pay $10 extra.
Hey now.
Hey.
Well, there you go. That's why it's
pre-applied stickers. So my question to that are the pre-applied stickers. So maybe the best comparison I can draw to this is like in an NBA jersey. There's like a little thing in there that if I put my phone next to, it can like recognize that it's there. Is there something in the sticker, like a little chip or thing that it's Bluetooth capable or RFID? Is that why they're pre-applied and special?
Yeah, it's not RFID. It's a color barcode system, and that's what they are.
So it's just scanning it. The sticker itself doesn't emit any type of signal or anything.
No, I think it just scans it. And what's interesting is you update Lego Mario. Another thing I learned is that Lego Mario updates by connecting to your Bluetooth device. So they could send updates and everything like that to improve the system or whatever. And also, what was I going to say? Bluetooth device. Oh, yeah. So a lot of people are complaining that the instructions are only on the phone, right?
Yeah.
It's a phone-only instruction. The reason they did this is apparently as you're building, they'll show videos explaining how this system works, because there's a lot more to the system that I didn't really understand. So they're going to have these 5-minute video or 5-second videos that kind of show a feature, stuff like that. So it kind of makes sense to have the digital instructions.
Why couldn't they just do it like Harry Potter, like the newspaper that moves?
Right? They should have done that.
Greg did not get that one. I'm sorry, Greg.
I'm not Harry Potter.
In Harry Potter, they have newspapers that are basically like an iPad. Like it looks like newspaper, but the pictures move. If that makes sense. Yeah. So that's what I'm like. Why don't the Lego instructions just have the picture on the page move?
So yeah, but the connecting is necessary.
Idea.
So you're going to need a smart device, because apparently there's like a day one update or something like that.
Well, then the box, much like my Call of Duty box, should say internet required, and I don't see that.
It should say that. That's a good point.
Lego.
It's a good point. Maybe on the back, but yeah, you're right.
But on the Call of Duty box it says on the front. So I would really. And I think for most people this won't be an issue at all. I think anyone buying this product probably has internet, I would hope. But you should probably put that on the front.
Oh, at the side it does say smart device required but not included.
But not internet.
Side.
smart device, not internet.
That's true. I guess that is true because you do
How
need to
many
download the app.
6-year-olds have a smart device though? This is gonna be like a
Their
parenting.
parents. Dog.
Yeah,
They're
yeah, that makes
spoiled.
sense.
Put them on YouTube Kids, everyone. If you're a parent watching this.
But apparently,
Isn't it the same as Boost though? That required smart devices, and
Yeah.
you know the vast majority of them weren't even compatible. So
ugh, yeah, that was
how many
awful.
is this going to roll out through compatibility as well?
Ooh, well, I mean,
Thus far, I haven't liked anything that's required using phone or technology with Lego. I like to keep it old school.
I actually 100% agree with you, Greg.
Yeah.
I agree. But I mean, with this, apparently, you build it, it shows you the videos, and there's like stuff like there's going to be weekly challenges. There's going to be courses you could share,
want,
scoreboards and stuff like that, which I love.
Yeah, I just want multiplayer leaderboards, and then I'm in. If I have
There's-
something to compete against, I'm in.
There's apparently there's going to be scores and stuff like that. I don't know how detailed of a leaderboard, but they're going to have like scores and weekly challenges and building tips. But after you're done building this, though, they said that you don't ever have to use a smart device again if you don't want to. So it's just for that day one update and to show you how Lego Mario works, and then you're done.
That makes
Okay.
sense. Huh.
But if you want to use it for those extra features, then you can, which is cool.
If we skip ahead or down the next link, there's Bowser's Castle, which is the $120 set. Is that correct?
No, I thought it was
Is
100.
it 100? Okay. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. I just didn't pay attention to the prices on it. But Bowser's Castle, my God, is that I like it.
Okay, so you like it. Okay, good. 'cause
I
people
think
were saying
I like
it's very
it.
overpriced.
Well, I mean, people say that about literally everything ever
that's true,
released.
Yeah. Well, the Imperial Star Destroyer UCS, dude, right? Am I right, Ryan? Super overpriced.
It'd be better if it was $10 less, like $690. I'm in. $700. I'm out. that's my 2 cents. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway,
But
yeah,
yes.
Bowser's Castle actually kind of reminds me of like a classic Lego castle because it is so blocky. Like obviously it has a lot more going on there with the giant rock Bowser, but there still are some aspects of it that look pretty classic to me personally.
Yeah, I could see that for
Drawbridge?
sure.
Ooh.
And yeah, I like all that. I do think it is kind of expensive though, even at 100. I don't know. Like to me, 80. I know $20 difference, but like it feels. I don't know. It feels a little small even for Bowser's Castle, which I get it. These are big figures and stuff like that, but I don't know.
I'd be curious to see someone mock this into something even more incredible, you know? Like
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sure
definitely a
that's
good
going to be a
base.
thing eventually.
But let's just say, I still have that conspiracy. There's going to be a direct consumer set this year. We're going to get minifigures. 2 choices for Mario. Peach's Castle or Bowser's Castle. I think it's going to be Peach's Castle, but there is a possibility it could be Bowser's Castle. Who knows?
Probably Peaches, but yeah, I would probably be more inclined to buy Bowser's. I'll probably buy this Bowser Castle set. That I like it, I think.
Cool.
We'll see.
Are you
Maybe
gonna-
I'll wait for it to go on sale too, but it's
Are any of you
nice
guys going
enough.
to buy the starter set?
I think both Greg and I missed the pre-order. We were going to, but we just-
It's
I thought I
done?
had time.
it's sold out.
I felt no pressure on it. Like I have
Yeah.
months.
Oh,
No.
thank
It's
the
hours.
Lord I opened one. I bought one because I'm like, well, if I don't get this sent, who knows? Then, at least. And then if I do get it sent, I shipped it to my mom's house, so like she could have it. If she
Just
wants
to mom content.
I know she was like, get me a copy of the Minion sets, the Wonder Woman sets. I'm like, mom, I'll ship it to you tomorrow. You
Your
know,
mom's addicted.
she's loving
I guess she has
the
nothing
YouTube
else
stuff.
to do, but yeah.
Yeah, she really wants to live stream. So I just want her to be careful with it, but
Yeah, well, that's
know.
yeah. No, I understand 100%. It's funny because you're telling your mom to be careful without. I'm like, Corey, you do not need a live stream for the foreseeable future. You are 12 years old. Yeah,
Let's get her on the podcast, and then she can work on the live stream after that.
Dude, I've been trying to convince her. But and she has a Discord too. So come on,
How many
You know
likes
what
do
my advice to that would be, Justin?
dude.
Get
I
into
know.
live stream on Twitch. Twitch
You
has
think that would do it?
I do, because Twitch has such a supportive brick building community, and to be fair, it's vastly adults. You don't get
Yeah, that's
too
true.
many kids in there. Every now and then, you might get some, kid come in and try to be a bit of a womble, but most streamers have really good mod teams. You don't have a lot of issues. There's very little toxicity on Twitch, honestly.
I'm not familiar with Twitch too much. That's the only barrier there. But like, if I was, I would get her on there as opposed to YouTube, because I heard YouTube live streaming sucks. But I mean, I guess you guys could speak for that because you guys live stream more than I do. So
Yeah.
It's
I'll
fine.
hit me up
A little bit
afterwards,
here
man.
and there.
Happy to pass on any
Speaking-
information you might need.
Oh, really? Okay, dude, that's
Yeah,
gonna be super
absolutely.
helpful. I
That's
appreciate
what I do.
it. Awesome. No,
That's
yeah,
why I'm
I'll,
an RLFM.
well, in a month or so, I'm going to go back to visit her and stuff, and that's when I'm going to start all the live streaming stuff. So I'll
Yeah.
definitely hit you up. Thank you, man.
Yeah, I think Twitch is the way to go, man. Much better community.
Oh yeah.
Okay, thank you for the advice. Thank you for the advice. All right.
Speaking of that, live streaming on YouTube, I broke my record last week. I cracked 1,200 viewers simultaneously. That is insane.
Way to go.
I saw that.
Versus I think my
Wasn't the day of
previous-
the 501st somewhere I'm wrong?
It was
or
the
am I-
day. It was the day.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
It was
It
a
was
day
in-
of celebration for all Star Wars fans.
It was bonkers.
Well,
Do we
to
have anything?
some, others were complaining, but yeah, I want to do a big video on that.
Do we have? We're about to talk to that. Do we have anything else to talk about Lego Mario's?
You didn't talk about the piranha plant slide set.
Oh, I didn't. Where? I know it's a little poly bag, right?
No, it's a $30 set.
Oh, it's
I'm-
in that video, huh? I did see it. I just didn't.
Let me see. Yeah,
Okay.
so this one's, I mean, I wasn't really,
Little bit
I mean, it
now.
was cool before, but he demonstrated this for me, and it's actually really fun, because you gotta,
Oh, is this the guy you talked to?
sending it. Yeah, it's basically the lead designer, Jonathan, of
Okay.
Lego Mario. And you put Mario in the middle, and you gotta make sure he doesn't hit the piranha plants, because if he hits the piranha plants, you get damaged. So as long as you're balancing it in the middle, you get coins. So I thought that was a pretty fun little
It's like a
addition.
carnival game where it's like hard to do, but it's possible. But you still
Exactly.
probably aren't gonna win the prize.
It's like there's a learning curve to it
Yeah.
to get the most coins, but yeah, I love it.
Huh. Yeah, that is pretty
So-
neat. Do you know how much that little set's gonna cost?
$30. So
Okay,
I was
fair.
more
It's these
for
roller
20,
coaster tracks. Yeah, that's cool.
yeah.
Huh.
There you go.
That's
I'm getting
neat.
more and more sold on this as we talk about it.
Well, Greg, if you watch my big interview when I put it up, I think he'll sell you on it, because he made me like it even more, and I already liked it. So yeah.
Yeah, I guess
It's
my
up to
main
you.
thing, like when I made my comment about video game versus this, I kind of looked at this as just a Lego set versus all the interactivity that you can have with it. And as I'm watching these videos, I could see Clark just really loving this, like a lot.
Dude, it really is so cool, because like when you get the mushroom, like you get an extra damage barrier, and when Mario falls over, he gets damaged, so like you can't do anything for like 3 seconds or something like that. Like I love this system they set up. It's so clever.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Interessante. All right. Do you want to talk about the biggest thing to ever happen in the history of ever?
What is it?
What do you think it is?
The 501st, isn't it?
Yeah. So, I forgot to say this because I felt bad about not saying it last week. This is being recorded Wednesday, April 8th around 8 p.m. So anything that happens between now and when you're watching didn't make it. All right. Anyway, because this got revealed Thursday last week, so like the day after we recorded, but obviously the episode goes up 3 days later, and then it's like, well, why didn't they talk about it? It's like because we recorded it before. So this got revealed on April 2nd, which was funny in and of itself, because I was sent an email the day before, which would have been April 1st, aka April Fool's, telling me that it would come out the next day. And I was like, very funny. You guys at the LAN are hilarious.
Adam.
Yeah, they didn't send it to anyone else, just me. And I was like, okay, don't care. I didn't even I didn't even bother to reply to the email that day. That's just how I was just like, yeah, you whatever.
You didn't even reply to it.
I mean, I replied to it the next day, but like it wasn't like an urgent oh my god, this is happening type of email to me. Like I was like, very funny, little chuckle, and moved on with my day. I'll get to it later, right? So yeah, but this is so what are you gonna do your video on? What are you gonna say? Like, what are your talking points that just to get it out there?
Okay, well, give me one more second. I'm trying to formulate everything.
Okay,
I haven't done a
calculating.
video on this yet.
Calculating. Justin
Wait, so
probably
what was
did
that?
a reveal
That-
video.
Okay. So repeat that, Greg. What
Justin
did you say?
did a reveal video.
Okay.
I
He
did.
said
I did. Yeah, I did.
He used my
video.
face for clickbait, bro.
I did. I
Oh.
was like,
I'm kidding.
because, dude, I know it wasn't clickbait, but like
I
I
know,
was
it's
so
not.
ticked off I couldn't use your freaking reaction in there because it didn't.
I
freaking
could
record-
have sent it to you because I was recording too. You could have asked.
Oh, you're recording. Oh, God.
yeah, I was
damn it.
recording for my vlog anyway.
Ah, shoot.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
it's okay.
Fudge.
Don't
Because
worry
I didn't
about
want
it.
to be like record another one and it'll be all fake. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah, well,
you know, I
yeah,
did that
it's
in the
okay.
call. I was like, record another one. Oh, yeah, but whatever. So I was gonna say, okay. So here's my points with this. People are like ticked off about this for some reason because they're like, the Lego group was getting harassed on social media because you were telling them what you wanted to buy as a product. Like, how is that harassment? I'm sorry. How is that harassment?
Yeah, nobody was being personally attacked. Nobody. It was
Yeah.
not racist, derogatory. Yeah,
Well,
like all the lists
know-
of things that are bad, it was none of.
I don't see how responding to a big corporation's post telling them something you want from them is harassment. And if it annoys you, just put it as a mute word on Twitter, 501st or whatever.
Yeah, on Twitter.
And then second thing is, yeah.
Go ahead. No, just go.
No, I feel like we're.
I just want to say, you said it was annoying. I'm like,
you go, because
did it really hurt any of you haters personally? Because I don't think it did. I think people are just angry that other people are having fun. That's the general theme I see.
Yeah, well, and I agree. I don't think I did see harassment though, and that was a lot of harassment towards you and your fans.
Yeah, that's the
real harassment. I'm like, yeah, people are like, oh, the man-child did this. They were annoying. Like, I'm like, dude, they're responding to a big corporation's post, saying something they want. Okay, is it annoying sometimes? Yeah. What'd I do? Mute 501st. The end. I mean, I don't like. We're getting an extra Star Wars set. Why are people complaining about this? So I don't know.
Yeah, and then there's the naysayers that are like, oh, Lego's been working on this for 2 or 3 years. It was gonna happen anyway, with or without Ryan. I'm like, yeah, right.
Well, here's the thing.
I know a lot of things, and that's not true. This is because of the we want to file first battle pack movement.
Well, your thing was December 2018, right?
Yeah.
So there was enough time for them to make this. So yeah, I think it was because of you.
No, 1,000%.
If it wasn't, they still acknowledged you in the post because they were like, you guys asked for it. Here it is. And who cares? Okay, well, I mean, it whatever. Like, there's no way we could prove it or not. So like, why is this a discussion?
So I have an email. Funny enough, speaking of emails, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway because it's been like a year probably, maybe not, maybe less. Actually, keep going. What do you give me another talking point of your video, and I'm gonna find the email so I can.
I'm trying to think of another one.
I
was gonna say. Oh yeah, chime in. Yeah, give your 2 cents if you disagree or if you don't.
No, yeah, I'll give my 2 cents. I think personally, I can't understand why there are haters hating on the fact that you got a 501st battle pack.
Because it's me.
From a multi-billion-dollar company, surely that must make people feel like they're being empowered to actually, ask for something and be listened to from a multi-billion-dollar company. That's a big deal. You should be congratulated, not hated upon.
That's literally what. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I did not care for the 501st battle pack. I'll buy it to support Ryan, really.
Hell yeah.
But
I'll sign it.
I was so happy because it was like they listened to you. Like, that was so cool of them to do. Like, they actually listened to you. This big corporation listened to what the fans wanted and listened to this.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's exactly like this is something that people should be supporting. And I see all these negativity towards it. And I'm just like, why? Is it like a person who did it or what? I don't get it.
It's definitely people that just don't like my channel or what I do, and then they're like, oh, he whined for it and they made it. If you cry about anything, you get it. It's like, all right, well, if that's true, why don't you try?
Yeah. Cool. So what's next on the list? Let's all get some.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I see the Ninjago CMF series movement. I don't know about that one. But
all right, I got this email literally 1 year ago today, April 8th, 2019. And it is in reference to some person of some entity talking to some people that are Lego Star Wars designers and what they said to that person in reference to my thing. And the things...
That's not confusing at all.
Yes. Basically, what the designers wanted to know, like, about the 501st Battle Pack, which I don't know why they still wanted to know this 4 months later. I thought it was pretty clear in my video what we wanted, right? Some of the designers were aware of it. So it says, we did discuss the potential for a 501st Battle Pack, and it was certainly something the designers were aware of course. Although they could not confirm whether it was actually being considered for a future set, of course. They were interested to know whether it was a pack containing generic troopers or named characters people wanted. So obviously, this wasn't a thing before.
Sorry, you cut out for like the first part. You got an email saying what?
Okay, so they said basically from a person saying that they were at an event with designers, not David Hall, because I know some people may think that, and that they talked about the potential for a File First Battle Pack. The designers knew about it, obviously, but they couldn't say, whether or not it was actually potentially going to be a future set. But the designers wanted to know, like, from this person, through me potentially, I guess, because that's why they're emailing me. I don't know, whether or not that people wanted a generic Trooper pack or named characters type of thing. So, like, obviously, they were going through this process a year ago trying to figure out what to put in it.
How did you react to that a year ago?
This email? Well, this email I thought was like a positive thing, but then 3 weeks later, David said, all of LEGO hates Ryan and it will never happen. So
that's okay. And I heard from another person, it was like, oh, this LEGO designer said that Ryan, whatever. And it's like, well, look who's laughing now, because you got it. So
this LEGO designer said, Ryan, what?
Nothing.
It's the emails. I know it's the emails.
No.
Anyway,
but yeah, you got the last laugh.
I definitely got the last laugh. I did want to say that I thought it, because I want to do a video. I've done enough File First video. I'm gonna make as many goddamn File First videos as I want, because this is a great thing.
I know, it's like the past week, every video on your channel has 501st.
This is incredible. Like, why would I not? Like,
it's like
I have
Mario
so much
reveal,
to say.
501st.
Yeah.
Did you do a Lego Mario reveal? I didn't see.
Nah, I don't think so. I get all my Mario talk out here.
I try to watch everybody's like Lego Mario videos.
It's just addiction. No, so what I wanted to say was I want to do a video like from start to finish of like how the File First Battle Pack became a thing, basically. Yeah, like a documentary style thing, like Tiger King, except 501st.
That's funny.
Leader.
Title is How M&R Productions Willed a Lego Set into Being, Greatest Human Alive.
Yeah. Like Palpatine just conjuring it into existence.
Oh my god. Yeah.
At the end of the video, you just pat yourself in the back and walk away.
I'm gonna probably title it Lego Star Wars: A File First Battle Pack Story, because I think that's like some people, because there's it's Star Wars.
There's
Solo a Star Wars story. There's a Star Wars story is like a thing.
Oh, you should probably do 501st Battle Pack, a Star Wars story then.
A Lego Star Wars story.
A Lego Star Wars story, yeah.
Maybe, that's a nice. Yeah, I'll look at both of those on paper and see which one I like better. But yeah, one of those titles, something like that, and I want to do a video that's like from the start, from inception to today, and maybe it won't be out until August, because I also think like the end of the documentary basically should be me holding the set in the Lego store, right?
I like how this is going. This is going.
Like, I don't want to wait.
I love
4 months.
documentaries.
I don't want to wait 4 months to make it, but I also think that is the best ending to it. So
well, that means you could take that much time to make a very quality product. Like, I'm expecting this to be like a Netflix documentary.
Oh no, it won't be.
Oh,
I'm gonna do like scenes dramatized, and it'll be me just like yelling at Lego employees to make the set, and like this is what versus what actually happened in Lego stores. Hey, do you guys think of File First Battle Pack will happen?
I think you just have to put based on actual events.
Dramatized for television, of course. So I did want to say, and obviously this is in a very very condensed part of the Lego Star Wars community, I guess, but I did a poll on my video from today, which was like going over whether or not, because I wanted to do a video talking about a lot of like the anti-File First Battle Pack talking points I've seen, both from, I watched Ash and Flash's video twice because I had to rewatch it because I didn't understand it the first time, and I talked to him a lot, and then I've also like just over the week seen a ton of comments of just like really angry people, which is so funny to me. Like, it's great to see. But 97% approval rating on my poll. For Lego for Lego making the File First Battle Pack. From all the 6-year-olds out there, we are getting a high approval rating. So
I was gonna say, with my video, I'm probably going to put your video and an Ashton's video, because you guys are both like close friends of mine, so I don't feel bad like picking it apart and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so.
No, you can talk about whatever you want. Yeah,
so,
I
want to do it though, because I'm like, like I feel like you're getting a lot of hate, and I'm like, I don't think you deserve it.
I mean, on a skit, if you're looking for it, you will find a lot of hate. But like I said, or I have said many times, I think the reaction has been overly positive. And like if you look at my like dislike on my reveal video, like 17,000 likes to 300 dislikes. Like at that point, I think you can shut down any argument that like this isn't gonna do well. like it's,
No, that's the thing. This is gonna be a mega hit of a set, and I can't wait to see if they listen to us more.
I really hope Brick Fair Virginia happens, because I really want to be at that Lego store the first Saturday of Brick Fair Virginia, August 1st, however damn early I can get there, so I can be first in line.
I thought you were going to say you're going to have a signing booth.
I don't know. Lego, I don't really want to do that, but I'm sure a lot of people, like, I don't want my own booth, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to be that person.
Aw,
but, like, I'm sure a lot of people are going to ask me to sign it, so I'll have a Sharpie for sure. I have to be realistic with myself. But, yeah, I'm really excited for that day. Whether it's here at the Orlando store or in Virginia. Hopefully they're still not closed. They're not still closed at that point. But
yeah, I don't know if Brick Fair will happen, but
I would assume the stores would be open.
They would be open at the very least.
Yeah, so that's what I'm looking forward to.
But watch it. Yeah. But watch it get street date, like, you know, not street data, but watch it get revealed early at Target, released early.
I'm sure they will be. I'm sure they will be.
But will that be your final shot of the documentary, or would you still do the?
No, I'd still do the Lego store thing with like all. I'm assuming some fans would show up at least, and that would be cool. Like, I think this is the most people that will ever show up for a $30 set release day.
Yeah,
well, actually, it'll also be Mario
then again, it's
release
August
day and everything. It'll have a lot of
Mario's
stuff.
Gonna be there and stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, we'll see. I was gonna say, oh crud, I forgot what it was.
My other idea is that if Brick Fair isn't happening, that's the day I'll do every Lego store in Florida. Is on release day. Yeah,
the 501st.
That'd be pretty cool, right? For that to be the day. I don't know. That's an idea. But yeah, 501st Battle Pack. Haters gonna hate. Winners win. What are you gonna do?
Anyone tired of seeing Ryan win? He gets his gunship. He gets his 501st.
Dude, honestly, it's gotta. I know people are mad because of just that. Like, you're not wrong. There are people that are mad about this just because I made it happen, right? Like, that is
for sure.
That is a fact.
But that's
of
the thing.
life.
You said earlier. You said, "Oh, that's most of the." Or not most of the people who are mad about it. I don't know if it's because they have a vendetta, but it's probably a mix of both. I don't know, because people might see it as annoying. I don't think it's annoying, but
yeah, I mean, I can understand if you found it annoying, but are you really that pissed off? Like, like there are some very angry people out there.
All it boils down to is someone was very passionate about something, had a large following of people that were also passionate about that same thing, and they fought for it, and that's what you do, apparently. But that's the concern that people have is, are other people going to do this? Is this going to become a thing that people do?
And I have a few things to say about that, because first off, I see the Ninjago CMFs. I think that you could do these, but if they keep doing these frequently, you're not going to get your voice heard. So I think the Ninjago CMF people should have waited maybe till the summer.
No, it was like literally the same day. They were like, well, now that it's happened, it's not like, oh, come on. And then the Ninjago people are, I guess I'm really talking about Jim Blade, because they'll be like, he'll go, we need a Ninjago CMF series. I'm sorry, Jim Blade, that's my impersonation of you right now. And then we'll be like, but you've already had one. And then they're just like, no. And I'm like, no, I know, that's not a counter argument. You can't do, like, you're not helping yourself. You have had a Ninjago series. Don't pretend it didn't exist.
Based on the movie. That's the difference.
I saw the meme, and they're like, they expect it to be like, if they even made a Ninjago CMF, it would mostly be characters like the CMF, where you have these random, unimportant characters. Right. And that was their argument against that, was that there was random unimportant characters. I'm like, the same thing's going to happen here, because they can't just make it fan service the series. Like, it needs to have more.
So my thing is, like, you can do that, I guess, but it's never going to work again. I feel like the 501st thing did.
I think this specific campaign, Ninjago won't. Now, who knows in the future what we'll hold? Yeah. If I'll have a campaign, which I don't have any campaigns in mind, but I'm telling you, if we don't get Lego Zelda or Animal Crossing by like next year, I'm going to start rolling out those campaigns.
Yeah,
we need.
Let's cure cancer campaign. Why don't we move on to that?
No, that's
what's more important? Obviously, Lego.
So I've also seen some people talk about, like, we want to start Lego Star Wars CMF series, and I'm like, why would I do that? Why would I like? First off, I'm not doing anything anytime soon if I ever do anything like this again. If I ever feel so strongly about something again, hell yeah, I'd do it again. Why the hell not? Because this is amazing and it's fun. But for the foreseeable future, I have no plan to do anything. Like
You've used
this
all
is
your
great.
credit.
Yeah, right. That being said, people are like, "Oh, you need to do a Star Wars CMF series now," and I'm like, first off, Lego can't do it. Second off, they might be able to do it. Third on, if they can do it, they will do it. So why are we even going to waste our time? Like, clearly, if they can, they will, and they might be able to soon because apparently the contract between Hasbro and Disney got reworked, which now allows Lego to make a Star Wars CMF series. All rumor and hearsay. All rumor and hearsay.
That's deep.
But
That's
the
deep.
contract did get
That's a big
reworked,
news.
I think, in February or something. And next year we could see it happen. And I'm saying it's pointless to ask and be
Well, I was
obnoxious
just gonna say,
about
wait.
it.
So clarify that a little more. Did you hear a rumor that the thing got reworked so that it would allow one, or did you just hear that the contract got?
Well,
reworked?
the contract
I
got
heard-
renewed, like period. Like
Renewed.
it was time to be renewed, so
Okay.
it got renewed. And within that process, it apparently did get.
Okay, so you heard that. Okay,
changed.
then that's exciting. That's exciting.
I don't know if it's true or not, but that's like the word going around. So and it's possible. Like there's a chance that Lego was in Disney's ear, like saying like this is a BS thing, and Disney's like, yeah, that is kind of dumb. Like you can make buildable figures, but not Star Wars CMFs. And Disney's like, we would make way more money from this. Hasbro, get the hell out of here. You're not keeping this in there. You know what I mean? So I would like to think that that's the way that one went down, and we'll hopefully see that next year. So
I'm excited to see a $6 CMF. That's going to be awesome.
honestly, like, wouldn't put it past them. Wouldn't put it past them.
It will. It will be.
That would be the time. It'll take less time to go from 5 to 6 than it took to go from anything else. Like they're just gonna increase that price instantly, no questions asked. But I mean, maybe not because Disney's done the Disney series, right? So I can't imagine they would charge more for Star Wars than Disney.
Oh, but they will.
They'll try. They will try.
I don't think they will ever do it because there's like minifigures sell half of the Star Wars sets to some people.
Right,
and-
but if you do things that wouldn't otherwise be in sets, I think
Like
it
what?
works. There's just tons of like one-off characters and clone troopers
Well, yeah, that's
and
the thing.
stuff that
So-
you can do that you don't have otherwise.
yeah, but if
that
they
it would
did
work
one-off
in a CMF
obscure
thing.
characters, that would be so much less likely. You know, I've seen
I don't know.
some good Star Wars CMFs. I don't know.
I just think I think you could say the same thing about like Batman, like anything, right? Ninjago, like the minifigs sell the sets, right? Like
Yeah, I mean it's
the
true.
CM,
You're right.
the CMF series can be its
They did
own
3
beast.
DC ones.
Yeah,
Ugh.
CMF series can do well on its own and be fine, and the sets will still do fine. And either way, they're gonna make a ton of money.
Hell, this if they did a wave of no Star Wars but a CMF series, which is what they did with DC, would you do that? Would you like that?
If it
A
replaced
January, January wave.
No, they wouldn't do that anyway. But no, I would not trade that.
It's an
Yeah.
interesting debate or a situation.
Anyway.
Scenario.
Moving on, Lego's making some masks. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on this, but
saw that.
they're
I
making
didn't
some
look too much
surgical
into it.
masks. Kind of neat to see, but I'm the big takeaway from it, and I know this is obviously going to be like selfish sounding, but like it's like what affects us, right? Is this cutting out production of Lego sets now? Like, or maybe they're not producing a lot now anyway. Maybe it's kind of the down season, so it works out. But I'm just curious, like, does this create a shortage going down the line? Because I think that's an interesting thing to think about, like for Lego as a company that produces a ton of products that a ton of people buy.
From what I understand, they're only producing these at the Billund factory. It was a
Okay.
quick retrofit, and the production is nowhere near what they're capable of. So
Right.
they could produce a hell of a lot more. My take on this is, if they have the branding on them, how many people are going to want them for their collections?
From the pictures I see, I don't think there's like a Lego logo on them. Maybe there is.
No.
I've seen the
If
boxes.
they did that,
I would want one. Not gonna lie.
I mean,
would
yeah, I know.
definitely
I
want
don't
some.
think they would do that. I don't know.
No. Okay, so even without the Lego branding, knowing that they were made at the Lego Group or made at the Billund factory, how many people are still going to want one for their collection? Just one of those random things that you tuck away in a drawer. Oh, yeah. The
I would.
COVID-19 outbreak of 2020, Lego produced these masks for, health
I just don't see
workers.
how you
Imagine
could
that
get
in
one
20
if
years'
they're
time.
like directly sending them to hospitals or whatever with no like marking on them. Like, but
Exactly. So it's going to be like stuff that comes out of the factory, right?
right, yeah. I
You're
don't
going to have
know.
hospital workers
Well,
swiping
there's-
boxes of them to sell on eBay.
Yeah,
If there is a branding of any kind, like even on the box or the bag, then yeah, I think that would
People
be
want
something that
that.
it will leak on eBay. I don't
Yeah.
know how they would do that though, because I don't think you could legally sell face masks, right?
There is branding on the outer
couldn't you
boxes.
sell a
'cause
face
there was
mask?
I saw an image of them.
Well, I think now, like, you can't, or you could sell face masks, but you can't price gouge them. So, like, I don't think you could sell like a.
Oh, sure. Well,
face
then you
mask
wait
like
5 years to sell them, and then you.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, because it's a two-part mask. So technically speaking, it's buildable, right?
Oh my god.
Oh,
2 pieces.
If you think
How
about
much
it.
money is it though? Because I want to know the price per piece.
Oh yeah,
Price per
overpriced.
piece. Well, that's the thing. At what point, mark my words right here on this podcast, at what point in the future are you going to see at least one of those pieces built into a mock and somebody's claiming it as a Lego
Oh my
part?
god.
Ooh.
That
gonna
has
happen.
to
I wanna see
happen.
that.
It's got to happen.
That's a good that I wonder how you integrate that too. Like, do you build a life-size face and just put it on? Like
That would be creepy.
the Darth Maul bust.
Oh my god.
There's some clever
Oh
people out there.
yes, that is the way to do it. Oh, throw it on the Darth Maul bust. I like that. Anyway,
Anything to cover that thing up.
yeah. Anyway, we have some Lego Minecraft. These ones, at least this one, I don't know what's going on. The first one here, what is this called?
What, the creative box or the dungeons?
The dungeon. We'll look dungeon first.
Okay, so that's actually the most interesting one to me.
I'm
because
not
that
saying
is-
it's interesting. I just don't know, or not interesting. I
Yeah.
just don't know what it is.
Do you know what Minecraft Dungeons is?
Nope.
So it's a new spin-off game that's a Minecraft game. It's kind of like a dungeon crawler, it looks like.
It's like a single player thing experience.
No, it's multiplayer like Minecraft.
Okay.
Check out the trailer. You might like it because I know you like Minecraft, or at least liked Minecraft. at
Yeah,
some
yeah.
point.
Nice.
So it's kind of cool what they're doing here because that comes out, I think, in the summer. And this is really the first time that they're tying in a Lego set with a video game as it releases.
Huh.
Can't think of any other times they've done that.
Star
I
Wars:
guess
The Force
Dimensions, if you want to
Unleashed.
say that. No, well, that set I thought it came out like a season after. Like it was like the game came out in January and it came out summer, or the game came out in summer and then it came out in January. Same with like Old Republic and the more recent Star Wars games. They always come like a couple months after. But this one seems like it's coming out ahead of the game or whatever, because I don't think the game's coming out until like August or something.
Or Overwatch, that was like 2 years too late.
What was that?
Overwatch, that was 2 years too late.
Overwatch is way
Overwatch.
behind.
Yeah.
2 years
No,
too late.
you are.
That's true. You know,
Okay.
and actually, speaking of which, we had rumored Overwatch 2 sets or something like that.
I haven't
Those are-
seen anything.
Yeah, we haven't heard jack crap about them, and Overwatch 2 is coming out pretty soon.
All right, so Justin, this is not the first time they've Star Wars: The Force Unleashed, the Rogue Shadow, like I thought, released January 1st, 2008. I didn't know when the game released, but I looked it up. The game released in summer of 2008, like September 16th. So the set came out 7 months before the game.
All right, you
Which
fact checked me there,
is
but that's still
wild.
pretty cool. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
interesting. I
you
didn't know
don't
that.
see it
Huh.
often, or at least I don't notice it often.
Yeah.
So, but they also
Yeah,
don't
it
make
comes
a
out-
ton of sets from video games like that.
Exactly. I mean, that was the first video game set, I think, the Force Unleashed one. But yeah, the game comes out May 26th, and this comes out June 1st. So like, you know,
Perfect.
super close. But yeah, so that's interesting. Okay, I didn't know that about that one. That makes sense. But yeah,
I
so
didn't know that either. That's just
I like the box design of this though. It has like a different box coloring, and the golems on there, I don't know, look pretty cool. Like it looks like a fun set.
Why is that guy's face upside down?
It's upside down. Let me see.
The smaller guy. At least it looks like it. I guess it's supposed to be like that, but I don't know.
And another thing that's cool about these is that, and they're doing this Minecraft theme, is that they're doing different characters than just Steve and Alex. You know, they
Right.
have these different skins and stuff, and I love that.
Yeah.
I gotta do that more.
Yeah, because you don't need your 45,000th Alex in your collection.
Speaking of Steve and Alex, let's take a look at the Minecrafting box.
There they are.
That's number 3, Minecraft crafting box number 3.
Yeah. It feels like the correct time to release it finally. I mean, it's been like one every 3 or 4 years essentially, so it does make sense. I like this one actually, I think, more than the other two that they've done. I like that it's like a castle thing going on. A fortress, whatever. I think if
and this
I'm
one-
gonna buy one, this is the one.
This one is it says it has 564 pieces, but the euro price was like €85 or something. So
Wow.
These ones always run a little expensive for some reason, even though they're kind of just the most basic of pieces.
Mm-hmm.
You get a lot of value out of it, though. Look at all the stuff you can build.
Yeah. Huh.
So
Interesting little set. I might buy that.
We're in for both. We're getting them.
I know. Clark is gonna be the Lego Minecraft YouTuber, like I'm the Star Wars guy in the future.
I have a feeling it's like an obsession.
It's coming.
So, yeah.
It will happen. We'll see. I'm curious.
We'll see if Minecraft's still a thing in 15 years or
I'm
whatever.
sure it will be. It's such a
Yeah.
timeless game. It really is. It's a game that I think kids forever can pick up and play. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah.
So, did you add this one in, Dan? This Lego flagship store, China?
Yes.
What do you have to say about it?
China. So from what I understand, China have had the largest amount of growth as far as stores go in 2019. I think there was. What stat did I see? There was, I think, over 100 stores in
That's a
China
lot.
last year.
That is a lot.
Previous to that, there was very few. So I don't know what the. Well, I guess what the deal is that Lego are really pushing into China because it gives them, from what I understand, it gives them more legal standing to chop down the.
That makes sense why it's happening so quickly too. Like 100 stores in a year is a lot.
Yeah,
they expanded their whole presence with the Chinese New Year sets too and stuff like that.
Yeah, and the factory, and so now I think they're really trying to get a foothold in China. They're trying to capture that market, and they're going to use that presence for their legal standing to.
Yeah, so interestingly,
Cut that one
looking
off
at
at the
this
knees.
now, maybe Lego's incentive to make these Chinese New Year sets, on top of having their physical retail presence in China, is because they thought if they do all this stuff, then the Chinese government, and a lot of people say Lego's bowing down the Chinese government or whatever. I don't know if a lot, but I've seen it said. But it does make sense for them as a business move to hopefully eradicate the blatant knockoffs that go around that come out of the country.
This was announced, I think, like 2 years ago. There was an article. It was like, I think it was a press release, and it was Lego is expanding their presence in China.
Yeah.
And I think they literally, I think we're talking about that stuff like that they want to make this, they want to make Lego a bigger thing there, but of course they crack down on stuff and everything. So
Just
that's
look
why
at the population base that they have to work with. There's 1.1.
There's a lot of people that could buy some Lego.
Yeah.
Let's say they were targeting 10% of that.
And
I need to start talking Chinese or Mandarin or whatever they speak as a second channel.
That is a huge market in China for Lego to pursue. So, and I guess the other thing with China is that China has come a long way over the last 50 years, economically speaking. There are probably, millions and millions and millions of Chinese people now that have money to spend. And, what better way than to spend it on Lego? Why not?
Yeah.
But also, I mean, we have the rumor of the Monkey Kid line or whatever. And that's
True.
it seems to be one based off Journey to the West, which is very popular in China. So that seems like we're going to see more themes and everything in China. Like the Chinese New Year sets.
What's
like
the thing
Monkey
with
Kid.
Monkey Kid potentially being a Lego store only product?
Because I think, like I said, if it is tailored towards the Chinese market, and Lego isn't doing regional exclusives anymore, that means regional exclusives are available at the Lego store. So I think that's what people jump to that conclusion.
So
with.
Monkey Kid is basically a theme for China.
Yeah, I mean,
That Lego
tailored
doesn't-
towards China. Yeah, I mean we're assuming a lot. So I hope this
Okay.
doesn't.
Yeah, this is all
anything
just
but- yeah.
rumor and hearsay.
Yeah,
but-
basically that's what it seems like. And a lot of Hollywood movies do this now, where they do have aspects that are for the Chinese population. Like, for example, Iron Man 3, they added like 5 minutes of scenes with a famous Chinese actress that was only available to see in China. And
That's kind of funny.
Didn't Transformers have something like that too?
yeah,
One of the Transformers movies.
well, I mean, Disney removes like content from their movies to have it accepted in China too. So there's a lot of
Didn't they have to remove the gay kiss and?
Well, yeah, they remove the gay kiss in movies or stuff, and some of them they don't edit. But yeah, like I don't know.
Can't walk away from all that money that's on the table.
No,
I don't like it when companies do that though, because it's like, well, if you put this in your original product, you're going to remove it for another market. Does that mean you don't really mean what you put in there? Like,
Right.
So that's what annoys me with that, when they cut scenes and stuff. But whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Google
Interesting.
still banned in China?
What was that?
Is Google still banned in China?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. Let me check. I'm
Do
googling.
you
is
trust
banned in
Google
China.
to tell you? You should probably use Bing.
Yeah. Apparently, yeah. It's still blocked in China from what I
Wow.
saw.
Interesting.
That
That's
is
pretty
very
crazy.
interesting. Yeah,
I'm
but
assuming
also I think
YouTube is blocked then as well. You can't watch YouTube in China.
Oh, that's a good
Notice-
point too. I think they do have an alternative video service that's super popular there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because I was thinking,
Because-
like, you guys have the American market locked down here, like Dan was saying. So what if you became the first, like, the Just Too Good of China or the M&R Productions of China and did it up there?
Yeah.
Well, I was just going to say that China is very, very underrepresented in the land, and in fact, I think they might have only just got their first lug or first RLFM in China very recently onto the land, and there's only a handful around the other Asian countries as well. So I do think that even the land is trying to get representation from that region.
Interesting. Yeah. It's interesting stuff, you know. But I just feel like Monkey Kid or something could be a pretty interesting thing. That's the most exciting part from it. The Chinese New Year sets, even though I had a whole spout with the temple, you know, whatever. But like, I like those sets, and I want to see more of those. So, you know, if
I
that's
really
what
like. I
all for
really
it.
like the Chinese New Year sets. I think last year's ones were probably a little bit nicer.
Yeah. Oh,
The
definitely. Yeah.
Dragon Dance,
Yeah,
particularly,
I agree.
was
The
quite
temple
stunning.
this year sucked. Yeah, but
Yeah.
also
Good
the
parts, though.
that's true. Yeah, there's good parts of it, but yeah, the dinner set was really cool. But yeah.
The dinner was exquisite. The printed tiles in there,
Oh
glorious. A
amazing.
mock builder's dream.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have a shout out to make here to Andy Bricks. He's my only New Zealand viewer. He's a really nice guy, at least in the comment section. He actually makes some videos too from time to time. So I just wanted to shout him out on this episode specifically. Just he's been
Wow,
around for a while, so I just like
There
I
is
feel like
another
this is
young
the
fella over
episode.
here.
I'm like, oh, I was like, yeah, you should. I was gonna say, Andy Bricks, you need to get in touch with Between the Bricks, Dan. Hit him up on his YouTube. Maybe he comments on your videos. I don't know. I guess I didn't look, but this is your guy. This is your one friend, Andy. Your one New Zealand friend.
There's
No,
only two people there.
He's a really nice guy in the comments all the time. So I feel like
There's
this is the
five,
episode.
Clark, and we all know each other.
Okay.
Yeah. So that when the Lego conventions come back, you need to get in touch with this guy. So that's what I had to say.
Funnily enough, Ryan, I did get contacted by a young fella a couple of weeks ago who wanted to do a podcast with me because he watches your podcasts and wants to be like you. So
Oh,
you are an inspiration. You are still an inspiration.
well, that's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Oh.
Anyway, do you have anything else you want to say, Dan? Because Lego Star Wars Master starts in 2 minutes. I gotta get this pulled up, actually.
Yeah, you got to go. No, all I want to say is thanks so much for having me on the show. It's been a pleasure.
Of course.
Nice to talk to you guys, and
Yeah, for
I'll
sure.
come back anytime.
Yeah, subscribe to Dan. Follow him on Twitch as well. We'll have both those linked down in the description below. Bitly link, of course. Anything else you guys want to say?
Good.
Final word? No.
Thanks, Dan.
All right.
No worries. Thank you
Thank you.
guys so
We'll
much.
see you all next week.